Come on! Hi everybody, this is the Dynex Ultimate Accessory Kit for GoPro from Best Buy. It's model number DXDGPK03, SKU number 4454007. I got this for my new GoPro Hero 5. I've been using this kit for about 4 months, and I just want to give you my thoughts on it. I wish I would have had the presence of mind to unbox this on camera, but I didn't. But it was ridiculous. It came in one large cardboard box with 2 smaller cardboard boxes inside, and then inside that was even more smaller boxes, and then everything else was plastic wrapped. So it was a mess. The things I immediately like about all this are that it's such a wide selection of stuff. You get all the essentials to get you started in the GoPro scene, and the way I look at it, that's exactly what this is. This is a starter kit to help you decide what you're really going to use in the future. Getting into it, I didn't expect super high quality. I just expected to get an idea of what pieces I want to invest more money in the future. Build quality, everything's plastic, of course. I'm not sure what kind of plastic or what density or anything like that it's made out of. I mean, they feel pretty normal. They don't feel bad. Some of the pieces feel kind of light and cheap, like this thing. It's kind of flimsy, but they get the job done. These things are fairly cheaply made too. I mean, they're not that bad, but they're definitely not as hefty as the GoPro branded suction cup. So what all does this thing come with? A head strap, a chest strap, 2 suction cups, a 360-degree rotary clip, a wrist strap, a mini tripod, which has got the bendy legs on it. This is what they call an extendable handle monopod. Basically a selfie stick. With 4 of these things with the sticky stuff to go on them. 3 tripod adapters. You got the little small ones and the one with the shoe on it. A handlebar mount. 3-way adjustable pivot arm. And there's a couple more pieces there if you need to build something weird. A couple J-hooks. A couple of these things. A bunch of screws, a floaty, an HDMI cable, a bag to put all this stuff in, and your carry case. Directions. It comes with 2 sets of directions. One of them is in Spanish, the other is in English, and that's real nice. It goes through and tells you exactly what each piece does and how to use it. So that's really nice. Very explanatory. Ease of use, they're as easy to use as any other GoPro accessory. They're not much different. As far as reliability, the only thing I've had an issue with is this tripod adapter, which I'm highly disappointed in. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. It's split. This thing split in my hand while I was trying to put it into my tripod adapter, and it's nothing special. It's just this thing. I was just screwing it down. I wasn't using a screwdriver or anything, just by hand. That's all I did, and it split. And I only used this thing, this particular one, maybe 20 times, and it's already broke. I'm glad it came with a second one of these, plus this thing, otherwise I'd have been screwed. I kind of go with the Harbor Freight rule on these because if you've ever bought any tools from Harbor Freight, you understand that the quality is not the greatest. So I try to stick to things that don't have any moving parts, like wrenches or gloves, things that are pretty hard to screw up during the manufacturing process. Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet there. Performance-wise, the small pieces that don't have any moving parts, those are okay. And the more complicated pieces are, they're kind of rattly and they feel cheaply made. The quality is, I would say these are subpar. I can definitely tell it's aftermarket. Some of the pieces didn't fit well together and you kind of had to coax them into position. Like the screws, some of them, they were really, the threads on them were really gritty. So you kind of had to force them into place. But they still fit. Once you wear them in, they seem to be okay. I did have an issue getting my GoPro branded super suit here to fit into the Dynex pieces, but eventually that wore in too and they fit fine now. I think it's just an issue of the GoPro branded stuff being manufactured with a higher tolerance than the Dynex stuff. As far as customer service goes, I didn't really call Dynex on this. I wanted to see how the rest of this stuff held up. But if I wanted to return it, I could just bring it back to Best Buy. They've been completely hassle-free for me in the past, so no issue there. Long-term durability. I don't know if this is going to hold up for the long haul unless you baby it, especially for you extreme sports people. If you take this stuff out doing some wild stuff, you're probably going to kill it in one use. I would say the most durable part of this entire kit are these things. You can't tell the difference between these and the GoPro branded stuff. These are very, very heavy, and they come with the real 3M VHB to stick on these. My use on this stuff has been fairly light, and I still managed to have this tripod piece break on me. That's why I bought this aluminum from Smatree. Smatree. Going back to what I said earlier about this being a starter kit, I understand this is flimsy, so I went and got this piece of aluminum. This is solid machined aluminum, and it is solid. This thing is great, and it was like $6. Alright, let's address some of my gripes on this kit. Number one, let's start with the carry case. It's a nice sturdy case. It's got some rigidity to it. My issue is, look at this. It looks the same, no matter if it's right side up or not. So you got a 50-50 shot of opening this thing up upside down, unless you open it and take a little peek inside to see which way it's facing. You're gonna spill your stuff half the time. Size wise, it's okay. If you want to fit this entire kit in here plus your camera, and I have like one of these things, you know, some extra batteries, all that, you're gonna really have to cram it in there, and this case will be bulging completely. So just for a matter of convenience, I would say leave some stuff at home, but it's up to you. Next, the telescoping monopod. This is not a monopod. It's only 34 inches long, so that might be nice if you're at your kid's softball game and you're sitting in a chair and you want to video as the game's going on. But standing up, this doesn't even come up to my waist. I'm 6 feet tall. It has this screw end on the end, and at first I thought this might be like to put on top of a tripod and get a little more height out of your tripod, but it's not. The threads don't match up at all. I think this is like, what is it, 1/4 by 20 or something like that. And this is not the same at all. So whatever you do, don't force this onto your tripod. You will booger up these threads and end up having to buy a new one. Not only that, I mean, it doesn't even match with the rest of the kit. So I'm not really... I don't understand why this is here. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comments. The foam on the handle, it's okay, but it's noisy. If you adjust your grip while you're filming, it sends that sound through the pole. The camera picks it up, and it sounds like an old creaky wood floor, which makes the audio pretty useless. If they would get rid of this weird foam and put like a bicycle handlebar or something on here that's made out of rubber, that would be great. You get these 2 suction cups with it, and I found these to be really shaky and rattly. I tried them on my windshield in a dash cam position, and there was a lot of excess movement and rattles throughout my entire video, which is highly annoying. I had these things tightened down hard too, like so much so that I might break it if I cranked any harder, and no luck. It still rattled no matter what I did. So I would definitely not want to use these anymore. If you're putting them on something stationary where you're not going to be moving around, fine, they'll work just great. I definitely wouldn't trust these outside the vehicle, especially not without a tether. It does come with a tether, which I forgot to mention earlier, and I keep it inside this super suit here that I bought separately. It keeps it nice and neat. This tether is 5 feet long. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. This is a lot of cable, which to me I think kind of misses the whole point of tethering the camera. And the whole idea is to prevent the camera from smashing to the ground if it falls off of the mount. And as it stands, you gotta mount this thing and then wind the excess around in a big mess, and even then it still might come unraveled. Again, if anybody's got a better idea on how to use this thing, please let me know in the comments. The rest of these things, like I said, work great. The head strap fits my big head. It's adjustable. I'm a fairly large guy, and the chest strap actually fits around me. It's all like stretchy elastic. This thing is okay. I sometimes use this as a handle, but again, I have to be mindful it's the same foam as that monopod thing, so this thing makes even more noise than that does. But it's decent. I mean, you can set it on a table and forget about it if you wanted to do some sort of tabletop deal. I see a lot of reviews Well, people wondering what these things are, these are anti-fog inserts. You take one of them out, and if you're going to a humid environment, you can put it inside this thing somewhere if you have one of these, and it'll keep the inside from fogging up. I bought this kit on the chance that Dynex from Best Buy might be of better quality than the others, and it seems like it's not. It's the exact same thing, just triple the price. And I can't help but feel like I kind of got ripped off a little bit. I'm not going to say this is a bad kit. It comes with so many different little pieces and parts that you can build pretty much any system that you could possibly want and be able to use it. It's great. It's very versatile. I like this. This is actually pretty decent. It's solid. I just don't think it's worth 60 bucks, especially when there's like 100 other companies out there that are selling the exact same thing for $10 and $20 with even more stuff in it. Another example of that would be this thing. The GoPro charger for these batteries for the Hero 5 is $50. It comes with the charger and one battery. The standard GoPro Hero 5 battery, everywhere you go, is $19.99. For $6 more, I got this and 2 Wasabi batteries for 26 bucks. I just got this yesterday, so I really can't speak to its durability or anything like that, but so far so good. It was worth a shot. And this thing, I got this for $16. It's longer than the GoPro version, which cost $50. My own personal opinion on this kit, I think Best Buy has this thing way overpriced for what it is. I understand that part of the price you pay in store is for convenience. You know, the thing is in stock, you walk in, walk out. If you have to return it, it's easy. I get it. But knowing what I know now about this kit, I would have felt a little more comfortable paying $25 to $30 for it if it was in store. This was not. I had to order this thing just like every other online retailer, Amazon, eBay, you name it. I think Best Buy ought to bring the price of this kit down more in line with what other retailers are selling these things for. Sometimes you can even find other kits that have the same or even more stuff for less than 10 bucks. It's the exact same thing. So my advice to you guys is don't waste your money buying this at Best Buy. Get the cheaper one on Amazon or eBay. Figure out what you're going to use. Figure out the stuff that might break, and then invest money in the good stuff later on. So those are my thoughts on the Dynex Ultimate GoPro Accessory Kit from Best Buy. I'll put links in the description to all the stuff that I mentioned here today. I hope I was able to shed some light on it and just help you decide what to get. And hey, I appreciate any comments or questions that you might have, and please consider subscribing to my channel. As long as you guys like this stuff, I'll keep doing it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.